Hi, good evening, good evening, good evening. Oh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching this live from. I was stuck in traffic. Oh my god. Mental traffic. I was stuck in traffic. So welcome to this live. I'll be having a guest. Her name is Dr. Lina Mba. Hi, Poshella. Good evening. How was your day? So, how many of you are Japarians or you want to Japa? 5-star crown channel. Oh, thank you. Oh, I look amazing. Ogene. Even Carlos that is sitting here is joining the live. Too much data. So, um, how many of you want to Japa in 2025? Why do you even want to Japa? Let me ask you. There is no wrong or right answer. Visibility with Mag. Good evening. Welcome. Rika is fine. Rika is doing well. Hi, Gen Vision. Hi. How many of you have Japa dreams? Oh, you missed my life daily rant. Is that a rant? Is that a rant? How about that's not a rant now? That's not a rant. That's just, no be rant to, sometimes you just feel like coming live. Maybe a lot of times is you think people japa to have a better and more secured life. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I think so too. My biggest problem now is that you say I be done japa since 2004. Your own no be today. Oh. Japa for fresh breath. Okay, my guest is here. Zeal Solutions. My guest is here, and this will be a very interesting life. So, Dian Japa route. I don't want to Japa. I just want to be able to help my boyfriend, as you call them. That's a very valid point. Helping your boyfriend is very, very valid. It's very important. It's very important. That makes stress no killer. Before, when I was young and stupid, I call it young and stupid. When you're younger, you're very idealistic about life and what it entails and what you need to do. Then I used to tell people, don't japa. What are you japaing for? But right now, with the way things have gone and the way they are going, village man, with the way things are going, anybody will get better japa routes. If that's what's going to work for you and your family, please don't hesitate to take it. Dr. Lina, why is it not going? You're saying you're not able to join. I'm wondering why. So now the most important thing is to understand why you're jabbering. Oh, you're so beautiful. What's in with
Oh,
this? Let
thank
me go
you.
and look. Where's my wig? Wait. No, 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 no. Please give me a second. It's a lie. Just wait. Uh-uh. Jesus Christ. No,
Oh
just give
my
me a
goodness,
second.
stop it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys for your compliments. I really appreciate it. Now you guys are making my head like grow bigger. Hello,
If the color does
OG.
not
Hello,
match, I can go and
Porcella.
bring another one. What is this? It's not me. No,
Oh my
no, no,
goodness, it's
no.
serious.
I don't care if it's color riot with
I
my
love the
glasses.
wig by the way. I love that color on you. Oh, I
That-
love that style. Ooh.
I was busy doing nice girl simple girl, and you
you're
came
like,
with fire.
no, no.
Mm,
Mm-mm.
mm. What is that?
I love that cologne you use. Looks so good.
Okay, okay, now I can say, oh my God, welcome to this live. Welcome.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
Yeah, sorry, I was stuck in traffic. That's why I was just a few minutes
Oh,
late.
I understand. I understand. And I appreciate everyone for waiting. And I know this is going to be a very informative live. So, yeah, it's worth the
Welcome,
wait. Thank
welcome,
you.
welcome. Please introduce yourself to my audience so we can get to meet you.
Ah, yeah, of course. My name is Dr. Lina Mba, and I've been doing immigration consulting for over 10 years now. I am based in Edmonton, Canada. Edmonton is the capital city of Alberta,
How come
Canada.
this glow is not a Nigerian glow? See the difference between your camera and mine. See the difference. Maybe it's the air. I don't know. My own is looking too.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness, this is serious. I call it the winter glow. It's just
Yeah,
yeah, dry temperature. Nothing special.
okay. Yeah, we are seeing Hamadan
Yeah.
shaking and rainy season.
Oh my goodness. No, no.
Someone says
Yeah,
Canada, my dream country. Mm.
yeah.
Then
It's one
this
of the
life is
top
for you.
destinations now. This life is definitely for you. Yeah, so I live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I host events here. I host conferences. I also help with business migration. And now I would like to talk about the caregiving pathway, just because a lot of people have been buzzing me and they're like, oh, you need to talk about it. 5 years ago, when we had the previous caregiving pathway, I was one of the few people that talked about it. So everyone, of course, everyone's expecting me to talk about it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll come back and talk about this pathway and how it can help people that want to japa.
Okay, okay. Let's go.
Yeah, so this is a new pathway for caregivers. So if you're into caregiving, whether it's caring for children, whether it's caring for the elderly or for the sick, then this pathway is for you. One of the requirements is the job offer, the Canadian job offer, which we help with that. However, there are other requirements like the IELTS or any language test that is required, like TEF, that's for the French folks. But the most common one is IELTS, and that's the IELTS general, because the required one is the general one. Then for the West, that's if you need to get your degree assessed, then you have to go through West, because they want to know what was the equivalent when compared to the Canadian standard, right? Yeah, and yeah, the good thing about this program is that the minimum education required is high school. So
Okay,
anyone with WIEC can get into this program. And then, yeah, for the language test, the requirement is also low. The benchmark is CLB4, compared to the other permanent residence route that requires CLB7. So that's half the half the normal required score. Yeah. So
wow.
a lot of people talk to Elsie says, I have IELTS and I have West. Now, a lot of people have these documents, but they don't know how to move forward. So they get this documents and they are just stuck. Now we have a coaching group for those that would like to apply for the upcoming program. People are asking me what is the course about or what is the program about. I'm going to explain it here. We have a caregiving preparatory course, and that preparatory course that we offer is not to teach you how to do caregiving. I think there's a little bit of confusion there. It's not to teach you how to care for the elderly, where we train you and give you certificates. No. Of course, we are blessed to have other institutions that offer those services, but the course is to help those with IELTS and West, like someone is saying now, I have West IELTS and in the pool. Then this is the target audience, yeah, because how do you have these certifications and how do you go on to apply for your permanent residence? So it's more like a coaching for those that want to do it themselves. Um, People also ask, like, why am I doing this now? Why can't I wait till the program is officially open? Well, the last time it's opened, the program closed within 3 hours. Yes,
Wow.
it
Three
closed
hours
within 3 hours because they reached the maximum capacity.
maximum.
Yeah. So people need to realize that Canada
It's
is a
highly
hot spot.
competitive.
Yeah, and not just amongst Africans, but with the Asians and Europeans and other people, other ethnicity, right? So we want to gather those people that are ready, like those that are commenting on this live, saying they have their certifications already, they have their IELTS West caregiving certificate, and they want to be amongst those that will submit when the program opens. Then this coaching program is for you. Our first class is going to be this Saturday, and it's going to be about document review. So the goal is simple, is to get people to prep their documents and keep their documents on standby. Based on prior experience, I know what documents they need. So we'll go through it based on old checklist, uh, previous knowledge, and everything that we've gathered, like all the experience that I've gathered over the years. And then we'll prep those people to get their documents ready. We'll be on standby, on alert, and come what time the program opens, maybe January 1st or December 1st, we don't know yet. So what the Minister of Immigration has said so far is that it's going to open towards the end of the year or latest January. So we want to be ready
Ready.
now. Yeah, so that's the coaching program. So if you go to our page, we have the coaching program there, and it's for those that understand. Like I said, I told someone the other day, like, those that get it, those that don't understand, they don't understand. I'm not in any position to convince anyone, because when I explain things like that, few people that have tried the express entry, they have tried so many things, they have their IELTS, they have their West, they understand what I'm talking about, and they see the value. I'm not here to sell immigration services, because the truth is I cannot represent a lot of people, because this is something that closes within. Last year it was three
Hours.
hours. Only God knows. The next one might be just 30 minutes, right? So I can't represent many people, maybe one or two close clients or family members. Yeah, but the group is to ensure that
So the group
yeah.
helps. The group helps people understand what they need to do and equips them so that when the portal opens, they are able to help themselves.
Yes. So they have, based on on old knowledge, based on what we have, we're gonna use old forms, old documents, what we know from our experience, and we'll have everything on standby. Like it's like I'm coaching them, I'm training them how to fill the forms, how to do everything, so that because when that portal opens, you're not going to be able to start calling. Maybe you need to call your uncle in the village concerning an issue, maybe concerning date of birth of a deceased parent or stuff like that. Or you need to get your birth certificate and you can't find your birth. Like, that's not the time to start looking for your birth certificate, right? So
Everything
yeah.
should have been ready, just
Yes.
waiting for the portal to open and you go.
Yes. And the goal is to submit within 30 minutes of that portal opening. So that's what we're coaching. So this Saturday, for those interested, they can go to my page. This Saturday we're starting our first class, which is document review. Now, please don't join if you cannot match my energy, right? Because I'm really pumped, and I don't want anyone that will come in the group and they're not ready and they're slowing other people down. I'm someone that believes people should be a team and match
Let me
each
ask you a
other's
question.
energy.
Let me ask you a
Yes,
question. Now, I have not done this immigration thing before, but I know that WES is World Education Service. So it's
yes,
like a way to verify your academic documents, your results and all that, so that you know the equivalent
yes,
or the Canadian equivalent. Now you're
yes.
saying that someone those who are eligible to join this coaching program are those who have their WES and their IELTS, or people who are starting from scratch. Which one?
Uh, I'll prefer those with your IELTS and WES. If you believe you can get it before mid December, before the Christmas holidays, then I would admit you.
Okay.
And again, IELTS is, I feel like IELTS, they have more flexibility compared to WES. West, I've heard people complain about the transcripts, especially for public universities. I know for sure private universities like Covenant University, like they are very quick with sending the transcripts, so you can get your West feedback, like before middle of December. So if you're in that category, you can join. But the targets are definitely those with their IELTS and West and are ready to go. So that because those are the people that would see value in this whole
In
thing.
what you're
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you are on this life, you have your IELTS, you have your WES, or you know that you're going to get your IELTS in the next 2 weeks or three, then it means you can join, right? Because
Mhm.
this class is to prep you. It doesn't mean that she is going to be representing you, but she's going to be teaching you and holding you by the hand. So you know exactly what to do. You gather your documents together, you know the steps to take so that the moment that portal opens, you're among the first to submit. The last time was 3 hours. This time around, guess what? I am sure people around the world are waiting with bated breath. And us will not even get better internet. So the moment that portal opens, everybody and their grandfather will be on it like white on rice. So this someone is asking, is it paid coaching? But of course,
Of
it's
course,
paid coaching.
it's
It's
paid.
going to be paid. It's going to
It's paid
be
because
paid.
it's and I'm gonna tell you why. People don't value free stuff. People don't value free
For
stuff.
me, for me, it's
Yeah.
not just about whether people value it or not. It's simply because it's valuable,
Mhm.
because someone took their time and their effort to curate this information for you. Someone is going to be teaching you and the person has a team, those people need to get paid. And guess what? It's better you pay and learn what you need to learn to help yourself. It will be more expensive if anybody represents you. This is a DIY, like a do it yourself kind of thing. So you are paying to get the knowledge to help yourself do it, because I'm sure you don't have the money to pay an immigration lawyer or immigration consultant who's going to be doing all this for you. That one costs millions. So please continue.
Yeah. Someone is asking, what if I don't have the caregiver certificate? You can always send us a message. We have contacts in Nigeria that can help you with that. They offer online classes. So I'm gonna reiterate that the primary documents would definitely be your IELTS and WES. It's not mandatory to have the caregiver certificate. However, it's quite important because you want to package your stuff well, and you don't want to leave any doubt that maybe you're not qualified for the program. So, Cynthia Sparkle says, so I'm not eligible like this. I don't think I can get my transcript to West in 2 weeks or even IELTS. Well, for those that feel like they are not eligible due to timing, you can always prep ahead. Again, we don't know when it's going to open, right? Still try your best. If it doesn't work out, you wait till the upcoming year, not like 2020, 2026.
Please,
But still, it's
someone
still
is
better to
saying
have it because you never know what will happen.
someone is saying, hi, I understand that the preparatory fee is 250K. For those of
Yes.
us who already have our IELTS, WES, and care certificates, are we paying the same amount? I think so. I don't
Yes,
know. But
because this is for,
hmm.
I'm not, the class is not to teach you how to do your IELTS or your WES or whatnot. The
Vika is
class
saying
is
good
the same.
evening. Say good evening.
So cute.
Say
Hello.
don't fall my phone. She wants to say good evening so that I can rest.
Good
Say good
evening.
evening.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing?
Mm. Well, you
How was
can
your
go now.
day? I hope not too stressful.
Nothing is stressing. What is stressing her? Is it ABCD that's stressing her? Is it ABCD that was stressing her?
Oh my God. You have to ask.
We're doing it.
So, okay, yeah. So for cute and cuddle, yeah, everyone will have to pay the 250K because the content is the same. But again, I'm not teaching anyone how to go and caregive, um, provide care. What I'm teaching is how to package your documents
Documents.
ahead. So it's not gonna make any difference if you have your West or if you don't have your
Don't
other
fall down there.
documents.
Okay. Okay. Someone is saying throw more light on the need for IELTS.
IELTS. Okay, so you have to go take the IELTS general because the IELTS academic is not acceptable. You have to get a CLB 4. So I always advise people to aim for the best because you want to be able to do other programs. You want to be able to spread your eggs in different baskets. So always aim for the best. Yeah.
Okay.
So someone asked about age. Yeah, no age requirements in this program, so anyone can apply regardless of their age.
Okay. Okay. So and okay, now this your prep class is for those who are going through the caregiver route. Another question I
Yes.
have to ask is, do you help other people who are not going through the caregivers route?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But it depends on what they need. Like for example, I don't do refugee. refugee
School.
application, I
What of
don't
the school
represent.
route?
I do represent, but that is not really what I would consider a priority. My primary line, I would say, is business, immigration, and the care route. Yeah, and visit for exploratory visit, like for potential investors and people that want to do startup visas and other kind of business migration.
Someone is asking, what's the minimum amount needed to pursue this?
Well, good news, no proof of funds requirement in this program.
Oh, sorry.
No proof
Come
of funds.
again.
No proof of funds
Really?
requirements. Yes, no proof
Explain
of
that.
funds.
Even me,
So
I'm surprised. So
yeah,
explain this one.
yeah, because people, you're you're doing. That's funny.
Take me as I am. Take me. I'm tired of being beautiful. Please take me as I
Oh
am.
my God, that's funny. No proof of funds. At least so far we know there no proof of funds requirements here because and I feel like because of the offer letter. Now, if you look at um, work permits, like those applying for work visas, they also don't have proof of funds requirements. Why? Because
You are coming to
they have a job
work.
offer. They're going to come and work, so they don't need the proof of funds because I mean technically they're coming and they're going to be working, so you don't need to. The proof of funds for PR, which is what we call the settlement funds, is just for those that are in other programs where they have to come in by themselves without any job offer. So that is to help them settle inside Canada. But those that have job offer, they don't have that proof of funds requirement because you know to them it's you're coming in, you're gonna be working, so you're gonna have enough to pay your bills and help yourself.
Okay.
Hmm.
For those of you who are new to this, who don't really, because some people don't understand what proof of funds means. Now, many people emigrate through the school routes and some other routes. Now, in your forms, most of you do not state that you want to go live there permanently. What you're stating is that you're going there to school. And the country will need to know that you have enough funds to cushion your stay for accommodation, paying school fees, for feeding, and stuff like that, right? That's why you do the proof of fund. Now, for the work visas and for this pathway, which is the caregiver's pathway, you are coming in to come and work. So it would be stupid, downright silly, to expect you to come with proof of fund because you're going to be working and earning your way. So if you want to go through the caregivers route, I think the most important thing to have is maybe money for your logistics. And by
Yes,
logistics, we mean your fare,
flight.
air ticket, and maybe money for rent for the first few months. I don't know, something like that,
You're
right?
you're correct.
Okay.
You're correct. So but it's not like a rule, like the student visa where oh you need to have this certain amount of money or this. No, there's no rule. Um, Based on what we know so far, no rules concerning proof of funds. Do I think it's gonna change? Again, this program hasn't opened officially, but right now, we're just working with what the Minister of Immigration has announced so far. So, yeah,
Someone
someone is saying
is asking, please, isn't the caregiver pathway PR on arrival?
it's a
Again,
permanent resident. Yeah.
how do we get the job before the pathway opens?
Okay, so that's a good question, and people have reached out to me, and that's what I'll be discussing on Saturday during our first class. So for those that are in need of care job, I would work with those in the class to see how we can help them. I've been talking to some agency here. Why I've been a little bit hesitant is I don't know if agency is sufficient because during the last pathway, the one that closed in June, when they started, they were accepting agencies, and then midway they said no agency. We want individuals, like, because it's kind of like a primary caregiver, like people staying in the home or what to help with care. Then I after even one of my business partner that submitted his application, he had that issue. And then after they said, okay, we're gonna go back and take agencies. So I don't want to commit to anyone and say, okay, I'm gonna help you with this agency, because I have about two, three agencies that I my network, they do respite care, and they are also looking for workers, right? So I want to be able to know if they are going to accept agencies. Then that way I would help. I'll provide help, and of course I'm going to prioritize people in the program, people in the course over like over strangers or general inquiry, because I'm not a recruiter. That's not my job. So so I'm gonna prioritize people in the program. Yeah.
I think that's fair. That's fair. So I'm hoping that answers the question for the person who is asking if you can help people secure care jobs.
Yeah, so we can help, but right now we just have when it for the home support worker, we have I have about two agencies that are looking for people to hire, and they've told me they want to they're interested in this pathway because they retained my services for LMIA. So LMIA is like a document that you get from the government to let you hire foreign workers. So it's like they assess the labor market, and they see that hiring a foreign worker is not going to impact the economy negatively. Yeah, so we've already started working on that route to hire foreign workers, and then this pathway came up, and I had a meeting with the owner last week or so, and we are considering giving job offers to people in this pathway. But like I said, because we are not too clear as to whether they're going to accept it. Right now, they're accepting agency, but because of that previous instability where they start off accepting agency and then midway they say, "Oh, why not accepting agency?" So for me, I'm that kind of person. I love my brand. I worked so hard to build my brand. And I don't want to do anything or promise anyone anything where they're gonna come back and say, "Oh, she did this." And you know how Nigerians are; they'll say you're a scam. So I'm very
It's
careful.
not just Nigerians, not just Nigerians. I think it's a general thing. I think it's a human thing, right?
Yeah.
People want to emigrate and you made them a promise because of what the government policy was at that time. So halfway through it changes. And these are people who have sacrificed a lot to get to that point. So they are bound to feel disappointed. So I get it. Someone is asking, can you go with your spouse and children on this route?
Of course, this is a permanent resident route. Like it's a like you're coming in as a permanent resident. You're not coming in as a temporary worker where you need to keep your family home and say, "Oh, this is my proof of tie." No, you need to include your whole family on your application.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. That's really nice. Someone is asking, someone who is not healthcare inclined, can they try this route? Like someone with engineering background but has WES and IELTS.
I wouldn't recommend that because caregiving is not an easy job, right? The reason they are allowing this pathway is that Canada has an aging population and there's a demand. So if you're someone that likes to sit down and do Excel and do calculations, and now you're forced to care for someone who is sick, and it's not something that you can do, then there's gonna be an issue. So I wouldn't recommend anyone without caregiving experience to try this route, because I also feel like it's unfair to those with actual caregiving experience, because I feel like they deserve it, right? It was
But
made
let
and
me ask.
designed for them.
Let me ask. Let me
Yeah,
ask. For example, I did political science, so I don't have
yeah.
health care or caregiving experience, but I am willing to go undergo the training, despite what my background was or is. Does that work?
That works. So you need, for this program, you need at least 6 months of care experience. So 6 months
Six
minimum
months.
care, of care experience, yes.
So I can't do
Whether
a crash course.
childcare
I
or
can't do a crash
home.
course.
No, the course is just to support the
Document.
application, of course. Yeah, but you need at least 6 months of care experience to qualify.
Someone said, "Can I travel with a family of six without proof of fund?" I think it's yes.
For this program, yes.
Now, if you are in the pool, can you still apply for this? That's another question.
Yes. Yes. Now let me explain why. When you are in the pool, it's not considered a permanent residence application. When you're in the pool, you're just in the pool. You've not been invited to apply. Now, even if you've been invited to apply, but you have not submitted any permanent residence application, then you can still proceed. So I encourage everyone who is in the pool, and that's the express entry pool, please consider other options. Why? Because when you're in the pool, especially when you're under federal skilled work, and that is for people that don't have Canadian experience, so they cannot qualify for Canadian experience class. The federal skilled worker class, you are in competition with people all over the world. There's a particular set of people. I'm not going to call the name of those people, but if you follow the Canadian news, you know the group of people I'm talking about. They've manipulated the system, and they know how the system works. So now you're in competition with those people, and they have contacts, they have businesses here, and their people support themselves. Like it's not like black people or Nigerians that don't support each other. They support
I know
themselves.
from your description, I know the people.
But I would not say just so. I don't want I don't want issue. I don't want problem, please. I don't
We
want to
all
get
know the
into any
people.
trouble,
See,
please. So no comment. So these people, they are bringing they are bringing one another, and they are giving themselves LMIA, and of course when you have LMIA you get more points. So you are there, you're in the pool, you're getting older, and of course the older you get, the lower your points.
lower.
So don't put too much hope on that pool. I'm sorry to say that, but it's just the way the competition is right now. I wouldn't put too much hope on the pool. I would definitely look around and consider other options, maybe provincial nomination, or even this caregiving pathway.
Someone
If
is some,
you, if
someone
yeah,
is asking, if you get this and you enter the country, you must have to take up the job you were offered, right?
I can't say, because things can change, right? I've seen people that came into the country, and the job that they had when they came into the country, it wasn't available anymore. I've seen people that came into, like, because I told you I do conferences, right? I'll share a story. Last year we had a guest. She came into the event, and I noticed that she was really looking sad. Um, I said, "What's going on?" So I had to call her to the washroom, I said, it's hard for me to even concentrate on what I'm doing because I don't, what's going on with you at the back? Is everything okay? She's like, Dr. Lina, I'm stranded. I'm like, what do you mean you're stranded? He said, oh, I got this lady that promised me employment and all. Of course, she didn't come in for the conference. She used that to just cross immigration, yeah. And she said that once she crossed or whatever, she called the lady that she's available because she was doing childcare, and she came in, sponsored herself, bought her tickets and everything, off only for the lady to tell her that her current nanny is not traveling anymore, that the current nanny is gonna stay. So no place to go because she was hired as a living caregiver, so she's gonna be staying with the lady and all that. So she's literally like stranded. I was like, oh my god. I said, what do we do now? Because I had to wait till everything was done, and I was like, okay, follow me to my car. Started making phone calls. I was like, okay, what church do you go to? It's a very popular church. I will not call. I will not mention. I said, okay, I know people that attend the church. I contacted the lady. She gave me the pastor's number. I called the pastor, and yeah, and that was how she had to go. We had to take her there, and she had to stay in. They have like a small space to help their members and all that, and that was how she picked up from there. So imagine now, it's like, oh my goodness, Dr. Lina, thank you. But imagine if I promised her that job, and I said, oh, come in, I'll do your work, whatever I do, and I do everything, and she comes in and this happens. It's gonna be different. Like, it's gonna be very different. Like, I'm gonna be dragged. I also have someone that called me recently. He's this, I've forgotten the name. Those people that do ultrasound for pregnant
Radiographer.
women. Yeah, and he got a job offer, and he told me he was okay in Nigeria. Like, he was not pressured to leave because he was very, very comfortable in Nigeria. And he bought his ticket, he quit his job only for him to get here. And the employer told him, oh no, the person who was supposed to leave decided to stay. And it's like, okay, so what am I gonna do? And the like, it's not like a regular job like bartending or food server that you can just work in a restaurant or whatever. So it's a specialized kind of occupation, and that's how he's still here. He's been stranded. So um yeah, so that's why when it comes to job offer, um if you're opportune to get a job offer that allows you to enter the country, be grateful, but have that mindset that, okay, I'm coming in as a permanent resident, because the truth is, permanent residents, they are allowed to live and work anywhere in Canada. That's part of the Canadian constitution. So I always tell people that the constitution would always be preferred, like it's always preferred compared to immigration law. So if the constitution requires PR to be able to live and work anywhere, that it doesn't matter. Like, there's nobody can come out tomorrow and say, oh well, you must work
So
at that
let
job.
me
No.
understand. Let me understand this that you're saying. Let's assume I come into Canada as on the caregiving pathway, and I have a job offer, and I get in there, and the job offer falls through. I already have the PR,
Mm-hmm.
so that means I can find a job in any other sector, or must it be in the caregiving sector?
Now, what the minister said is PR on arrival. If they are actually giving PR on arrival as they claim, okay, because this is what he said on TV. So if they're actually giving you a PR, you are legally allowed to live and work anywhere, regardless of the sector. Yeah.
I'm coming there tomorrow. Just take it from me. Someone someone is asking, if you've been taking care of an elderly person, how can you prove that experience? Like from Nigeria, how can you provide documentation for informal caregiving?
All right. So you can get a reference letter. You can get a reference letter. I'm one of those few people that believe everything is perception, right? What is your definition of formal or informal? Can you get a reference letter from the family of the person that you're helping? If you can get a reference letter, then to me that's what you need, a reference letter to support that you actually did the work, because you actually did the work.
Okay, so you actually have the experience.
Yeah.
You may not have the proper documentation, but you need something to prove that you did it.
Then get a reference letter, and that's part of what I teach in this coaching session.
You see?
Yes,
You're already giving us part of your tips, even
that's
without
it. I
us
don't want,
paying
the
250K.
that's the
So
purpose of it, right? To help people.
if this life continues for the next 1 hour, through, I will collect all the courses we're going to discuss here. Yes, now.
I'm telling you.
Yes, now. See
Oh
now,
my God.
we don't catch you. You don't give us one.
I'm,
Don't give
I
us
know,
one.
right? I'm not supposed to. I'm not.
But it's
Oh
okay.
my
It's
God.
okay.
I'm not supposed to, but these are the secrets. That's why I said the main thing that you need is your IELTS and West. Any other thing is discussed. Of course, what I can even discuss on live, of course in the course we're gonna discuss off camera. So I will be free to tell you all the secrets, but I
Someone is
can't say it
asking for
here.
your handle.
I don't want
Please, you can
to.
click. This is her handle is just up where my own is now. You will see that that drop whatever Zeal Solutions.
Yeah, let me pay. Maybe you just pin my
Yeah.
comment.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's funny.
I've pinned the comments.
Thank you.
So I'm talking to those who are on this live and you are on this. You know, Nigerians always feel that they the Nigerians feel that paying money for some things are a waste. They believe, I can run it myself now. And it's a good thing. It's also a bad thing. It's a good thing because it helps us become more creative and more proactive. On the other side, we have failed or sabotaged ourselves in so many things because we thought we could do it ourselves. So we let opportunities pass us by. What you don't know, you do not know. If I tell you what I have lost simply because, oh, my husband and I wanted to do it, he now said, Mo, use our hand, do You say, no, give it to the professional. You say, nothing there for this, waiting day there. The moment you are saying waiting day there are so many things that are there that you do not understand. And it is left to the experts, people who have been doing this for years, people who are trained for this, people who understand what these other guys are looking for. All they need to do is to point you in the right direction. So imagine prepping yourself, doing your IELTS, getting your WES, doing everything, providing all the documentation necessary. At the end of the day, it is 250,000 naira that prevented you from, doing what others are doing. It will be a sad, sad thing for anybody who wants to be to Japa, especially when you want to DIY. You're getting knowledge. See another sweet thing. You're getting knowledge that you can replicate. Like, I'm an Anambra girl. If I attend that class, I will use the knowledge to do this thing for others, and I'm gonna charge them
Exactly.
money. You're getting skills because something you did by yourself, you learned, you did by yourself. yourself, it worked for you. Guess what? You can replicate that knowledge. You can do it for other people for a fee. So I've given you for my own. I'm always thinking of how this is going to benefit me, how I'm going to make more money from it, and I just told you how. So if you're on this life and you want this part, the pathway makes a lot of sense. I don't understand. I never did understand how people could sell off their houses, sell off all their earthly possessions, and then go to put the money in the bank and do proof of fund. If you have a pathway that you can use, and at the end of the day, you are going there with your family without proof of fund, I'm gonna take that one. It makes more sense to me.
Mm.
So, any other question so that we will not delay her? Any other question? Instagram will soon remove us from
I'm
this live. Any
I'm
other
telling
question?
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just scrolling
it's
through to
almost
see.
it's
Yeah,
almost 1 hour.
almost 1 hour. Someone said, "Can you switch profession when you come in? Like coming in as healthcare practitioner through the program, can you switch to tech,
I think you've
having been that
answered
you
that.
have
The question is yes,
Yeah,
depending.
yeah. If you're coming in with a PR, you can live and work.
But let me ask,
Okay.
what if
Yeah.
you come in with a job offer and you get there, you don't like the thing? Can you use your hand and refuse?
The job offer, yeah, you
Yes.
can. There are lots of people that quit and quit their jobs. Like there's no, like you have to understand the labor laws here is very different compared to other countries. So they have very strict labor laws. If you're working and maybe the place is toxic, like you're allowed to go. You're not mandated to stay in a place you don't want to stay. Yeah.
Okay. Someone is asking, please, what is this pathway? Don't worry, I will save the live on my page and on her page. You
Yeah.
can go watch it. You can also share this to your friends, family, anybody who you feel can and should benefit from this. We've been here for almost an hour, and Instagram is going to bounce us any second now. Thank you so much, Dr. Lina. This was very, very illuminating. I
You're
like dealing with
welcome.
professionals because the possibility of being scammed is very, very high. In my DM, I get a lot of people who say they were scammed. And when you were desperate to jabber, guess what? A lot of people are desperate to scam you. And if you're not
Mm,
careful, they will collect your money. And at the end of the day, you are starting from ground zero. So please go with the professionals, people who do this for a living, people who have built a brand around this. Use an immigration expert. They know exactly what's obtainable. You're going to be doing it yourself. So you'll be seeing it, you'll see the process. There's nothing hidden.
mhm,
But at the end of the day, you are getting information that your immigration lawyer wouldn't have told you, or they would have charged you an arm and a leg. So thank you so much, Dr. Lina. This
Thank you for
is
having
uh,
me.
this has been amazing. Apart from stairway class, is there another class just for us who can't pay for Saturday class?
All right, so it's a 4 week program, and the first class is on Saturday, but we're gonna have the recording, and we're gonna have live sessions every Saturday. So if you cannot pay before this Saturday, you can pay next week and still join, and we'll bring you up to speed with everything.
And finally, for those of you who have still not gotten the IELTS, for me, I believe it's not over until it's over. We
Yeah.
may be shouting, oh, this thing is good. They're going to open that portal next week. That's in feed day till ending of January. Nobody knows when. So that's why
Mm,
they're trying to get you prepped. So if there's anything you can do to get it, do it.
mm,
Do it.
mm. Do
Do it.
it. Go and get your eye. Yeah. What's the worst thing that can happen? And I would like to clarify, it's actually the child care that closed within three
3 hours,
hours. And I'll tell you
yeah.
why, because individuals can issue job offer and people want to bring their family members. But the other support work, that one was still open for few months, like because it's not easy to get a job offer for support work for the elderly. And one lady that contacted me for she wanted to help someone, but she realized that her giving the person a support work job offer, she might lose out on some government benefits.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so but like I mentioned, if they are accepting agencies, I have two agencies that I work with that help with job offers because they are hiring right now. Yeah, so if you have not done your ILTS, please go and do your ILTS. That's ILTS General. Go and get your WES. It doesn't matter what you studied as long as your education is high school or above.
Yeah.
So whether you have ND, HND, it doesn't matter. You have masters,
Or
bachelor's,
you
it doesn't matter. You
have
have WAEC,
PhD
it
like
doesn't
me.
matter.
Oh God.
Or PhD, it doesn't matter. Just go and just get what you can get. Yeah.
Yeah. Show us why you are in Nigeria. Nigerians are very resilient.
Mm,
Nigerians, they are very dogged. So as you are doing, you are also praying. Eh? Somebody is saying, please, can West done 3 years ago work?
yes, because WES is valid for 5 years, while ILTS is valid for 2 years.
Oh, oh,
So
really?
yeah,
Ah,
your West, as long as the West was done for the purpose of IRCC, that West was done for the purpose of immigration. Because I've seen where they rejected someone's West because it was done for a um, professional qualification. As long as your West was done for the purpose of immigration, Canada, then yeah, it's good. It's good to go.
oh, wow. This is very, very illuminating. That's what I'm telling you. You see, information, there is nothing as powerful as information. There is nothing. There is nothing as powerful as information. Sometimes you have all the keys in your hands. But imagine having keys you never knew you had. You just stand at the gate waiting for somebody to come and open. Meanwhile, you had the master key all the while. I didn't know that West was for 5 years. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Mm,
I didn't know that. That's fine. So please contact Dr. Lina Mba at zealsolutions.ca. You can check her page. I'll post this on the page so you can go through it. Like I said, please share this to your friends and family, people who you know are on this. And this will be very, very important to them, very illuminating. Doing it yourself never looked so good. So I'm grateful for all of you that you were here with us from the first minute up until now. Thank you so very, very much, and I wish you the best. For those of you who's gonna succeed in this, I beg if you now go, keep the pathways open for people like us that are coming from the back. Yeah. Today is your turn, and that day it might be my turn. So please let us
exactly.
borrow a leap from these people. They do a lot of things, but they don't talk a lot. Nigerians, our biggest problem is everybody has ring lights.
Mhm.
So you expose your intestines and your esophagus. Meanwhile, people are doing things behind the scene and nobody is hearing it. So the moment you cross over, keep the way open. Be open and helpful to others who are, trying to make life better for themselves. And God will bless
Exactly.
you. Yeah.
That-
Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Dr.
Thanks for
Dr.
having me.
Lina,
I appreciate. Thank you.
bye from Port Harcourt. Say us well to Edmonton people.
I will.
Bye bye.